Class is in session. MLB hitting the book show Wednesday, September 17th. Ian Cameron with you. Connor Mack will be here in just a moment as well, ready to break down the Wednesday MLB card as the days continue to dwindle in the MLB regular season, as we're down to about the last week and a half of the regular season as the push for the playoffs continues. So let's get into the remaining games here that we have on this Wednesday slate. We had several afternoon games. Still a couple games going, and the rest taking place tonight. So we'll begin with Cleveland and Detroit, where we have Gavin Williams taking on Jack Flaherty. Detroit minus 140, home favorites in this game. The total 8, pretty much across the board. I think when you look at this game here with the Guardians and the Tigers, Guardians battling for their playoff lives. This is definitely something that we talked about on yesterday's show. They are still mathematically alive here as far as the postseason is concerned, and certainly playing like it. A very solid win for the Guardians last night in this game against the Tigers. You look at Gavin Williams, he's really throwing the ball better lately. He's given up 2 runs or less 4 of his last 5 starts, and in all of those starts, the Guardians were victorious, 4-1. For Cleveland in Gavin Williams' last 5 starts. Jack Flaherty on the mound for the Detroit Tigers. He certainly pitched well against the Yankees the last time we saw him at Yankee Stadium. 5 innings, a 2-hit shutout ball. He did get hit hard by the White Sox in his start before that here in Detroit. 4 runs, 6 hits, 4.1 innings. And then he got hit hard here again in Detroit by Kansas City. 8 runs, 10 hits, 5 innings. So he's actually given up 12 runs in his last 9.1 innings pitched here at Comerica Park in Detroit. So I like Cleveland here. I think very much live dog. Like the way certainly that they've been playing. Detroit's been, kind of playing out the string. They're not playing great ball. They lost a series to Miami. They lose the game 7-5 last night. Like the form of Gavin Williams, Jack Flaherty, a little more up and down. Another thing to mention too is Gavin Williams has given up just 3 runs in 17 innings pitched against Detroit, and he hasn't given up a run in each of his last 2 starts against Detroit. And that's over a span of 11 innings. So I like the Guardians here at plus 120. I think they are certainly live and worth a bet at this particular price as an underdog. All right, we got Athletics and Red Sox in this next game between these two teams. Let me just bring up the match. It's Barnett getting the start here for the Athletics and Lucas Giolito on the mound for the Red Sox. We've got the Boston Red Sox minus 160. Home favorites. The total here sitting at 9 across the board. Mason Barnett going to get the start for the Red Sox. Pretty bad numbers this year. 8.53 ERA here at the big league level with the Athletics. He has certainly in his last 3 major league appearances allowed 12 runs on 12 runs on 18 hits in just 12.2 innings. So the numbers are pretty ugly for Mason Barnett here going into this game. Giolito on the mound here for the Boston Red Sox. Certainly they've gotten a lot of mileage out of Giolito this year, which I don't think a lot of people knew what they were exactly going to get from him. Now he gave up 2 runs in his last start against the Yankees, pitched well enough. 2.15 ERA in his last 5 starts entering this matchup here against the A's. The A's are certainly a team that offensively is quite capable. We have seen that here in the last few games during this 5-game win streak. This is a team that scored 28 runs. So offensively, they've certainly been in a good groove. I like over here 9 in this game. I think we could see both teams produce enough runs. I actually shop around. A couple 8.5s are out there. I do think this is worth a look toward over the total in this game with the A's and the Red Sox. We got a low-scoring game last night. I think there's a chance we see kind of a different script here tonight. The A's are rolling right now in Boston. They're only 1-4 in their last 5 games. The A's took the opener last night. If Barnett's numbers weren't so bad, I'd maybe take a shot with the A's here, but I'm going to stick to the total here and look at this one going over the total here between these two teams. C-Mac is with us now in the house. What's up, my friend? What do you think here? A's, Red Sox.
I kind of agree. I was looking at this over in this game. I haven't bet it. Giolito's been pretty good all year long, but also I'd only be on the A's too. This line's kind of dropped, right? open to minus
Yeah, a
170.
little A's money. A little A's
Yeah.
money. Yeah. Yeah.
A little Sacramento
I almost said
money.
Sacramento money. Yeah.
Well, technically, still,
They
they
are
are Sacramento
now.
for a minute.
Yep.
Very strange circumstances, but the Athletics. So yeah, I was looking at them. I think, I just don't know about Barnett here a little bit with the start. So maybe, just full game over. That's what I was looking at.
All right, Toronto Blue Jays, Tampa Bay Rays. We've got Kevin Gausman and Ian Seymour, the pitching matchup here. Toronto minus 130, road favorites, 7.5, the total in this game. I mean, Kevin Gausman's dialed in right now. He has had 3 just not good, great starts in a row for the Toronto Blue Jays. 1 run in each of his last 3 starts allowed. He's given up just 2 runs in his last 24 innings. He's been dominant for the Jays. He's coming off a complete game 2-hit shutout against the Houston Astros. He has 2 walks and a whopping 22 strikeouts in his last 3 starts. So he has been absolutely spectacular. Now, he did get bombed by the Rays back in May, but it was a long time ago in Toronto, 6 runs, 10 hits. So that's maybe slightly concerning, but he's certainly in current form from that standpoint, been absolutely tremendous for the Tampa Bay, for the Toronto Blue Jays. On the flip side here, we're going to see Ian Seymour getting the start here for the Rays. Looks like it's going to be kind of, we'll see how long he goes. I don't think he's going to pitch deep into the game. He's got a 2.95 ERA this season for the Rays. Actually hasn't been that bad for them, so we'll see if he can keep pitch well, give the Rays a chance. He's going to have to, obviously, with the way Kevin Gausman's pitching right now. I like Toronto a little bit just because Gausman's playing. They're winning. They're on a win streak right now with Toronto. They swept Baltimore. They've taken the first 2 games of this series. So Jays are red hot. Minus 130. I think it's worth a look. But I also split it up with the Tampa Bay team total under 1.5 in the first 5 innings. I don't do the first 5 team totals very often, but worth a shot. I mean, Kevin Gausman's given up 1 run or fewer in 3 straight starts, and certainly has the chance maybe to neutralize the Rays early. So I like Toronto, but I decided to go with a split here between money line for the Jays minus 130 and Rays team total under 1.5 first 5 innings, which you can also find around even money. C-Mac, what do you think here? Toronto, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's tough to go against the Jays, and I'm surprised this isn't more here. That makes me maybe think the Rays are live. I think Seymour's got some pretty good stuff. You know what I mean? And I think he's been all right, even since he's been up and then stretched him out a little bit more in his last few starts. And Gausman, this guy's got so good. I can't figure this guy out. He's been really good. I mean, for the betting this guy for years and years and years. And look, he's been excellent as of late. I just kind of think he might get hit a little bit. He got 4 straight really, really good starts. The last couple, he didn't give up any runs. So I lean the Rays in this game. I kind of lean the under, but
yeah, I like
just
that.
Too
the
low.
Under makes sense. Yeah, I think it'll probably be boring. Yeah,
I was looking at it, but I think Seymour could pitch well. But we'll see. I mean, Jays just winning, like you're talking about.
Yeah, no doubt. Their bullpen, which had issues, has been a lot better here the last few games. All right, Padres and Mets. We've got David Peterson for the Padres, Nick Pivetta for the David Peterson for the Mets, Nick Pivetta for the Padres. Mets minus 130, home favorites, 7.5 the total. Mets get the opener last night. I was hoping Michael King would be better. He's just been, he's not been the same since coming back. So lesson learned: don't back Michael King the rest of the season. Clearly, he didn't look right. And the Mets certainly took advantage. They got a big lead early and cruised to an 8-3 victory. Peterson's been not very good all of a sudden here. These last 3 starts, he's really had a tough time. He's given up 15 runs in his last 12, 13 innings. Not what you want to see. Nick Pivetta just keeps dealing. I mean, just keeps being consistent. So I'm going to give the Padres another shot here as underdogs, plus 110. I'll take a shot here against a struggling David Peterson in this one. C-Mac, what do you think? Padres, Mets.
Yeah, Pavetta's just been so good. I have to be on this under here. We got a little weather, the wind blowing in. Where I want to back Peterson is at home. Pivetta has some bad numbers against a few of these Mets. They have hit him well, and you go through it here today. maybe there's some value on the Padres. I just don't think they're very good. I think they're just streaky offense. I don't trust them. So yeah, under in this game. But I'd lead Padres for a side of this game. I think the under's the play.
All right, under for CMAC there. All right, Mariners and Royals, Bryce Miller and Cole Reagans. Long time no see, but back now for the Royals in their rotation here tonight. We've got Kansas City minus 120 home favorites. The total here at 8.5, shaded to the over here in this game. Obviously, Cole Reagans has been out for quite some time. We haven't seen him pitch since early June. He's been on the IL, 60-day IL. Sideline for over 3 months with that left rotator cuff strain, that he's going to make his return here to the rotation. He made a couple of rehab starts with AAA, 1 run in 6.2 innings, pretty good stuff. We'll see. It's going to be pretty limited, though, his pitch count tonight for Kansas City in his return. Meanwhile, this Mariners team has found their game again. My goodness, they look like their losing streak a couple of weeks ago got so bad we thought maybe they were going to fall out of a playoff spot. Now they're probably a good chance they win the AL West the way they're playing right now, leading that division over Houston. Bryce Miller, we'll see how he fares. He's pitched better the last few starts. Last start against the Angels, 4 runs, 6 hits, 5.2 innings, labored a bit. But his last 2 road starts for a guy that struggled long-term on the road. But his last 2 road starts against Atlanta, Cleveland, he pitched well. 2 runs, 5.1 innings at Atlanta, 2 runs, 6 innings at Cleveland. Seattle won both of those games. Seattle's 4-0 in Bryce Miller's last 4 starts. Reagans, when he's on, he can be good, but he struggled before his stint on the IL. He's not going to pitch a lot tonight. Going to see a lot of the Royals bullpen. How do you not take Seattle with how red hot they are? That's kind of the way I see it with them, a slight underdog here at even money. So, again, 10 straight wins for this Mariners team. I'm taking Seattle here, a plus 100. CMAC, Mariners, Royals.
Yeah, Mariners playing well. I don't know. To me, this just seems a little bit fishy. I mean, why is this team playing so red hot? Why are the Royals here? It's gone out a little bit. Nothing crazy, but it's moved. Open minus 115, some minus 123s. Reagans is the big deal.
I didn't bet Seattle last night, so hopefully I'm not trying to make up for it and lose tonight. But I wanted to take.
You're riding the wave.
I like the way Waka was throwing the ball at home and prior to last night, and he got crushed.
Yeah, this team's played a little bit more overs as well. I mean, that's what I look at. So the over is what I think in this game, but I don't trust Miller on the road. Not at all. I think those last couple road starts, I don't buy it. Now the problem is here. So instead of taking the Royals at this price, I'm going to go first 5. And it's tough because, I mean, this offense fucking blows. But the first 5 over 2.5.
Offense than Atlanta, Cleveland, who Bryce Miller shut down on the
road. Exactly. But I think they can get to Miller, the first 5 instead of, because I was leaning with them in this game. And the money at this price. So flip it, Royals team total. First 5 over 2.5. I got plus 125. That's the best number I could find. I think they get to Miller here.
All right, Royals team total, first 5 innings for CMAC here. All right, Yankees and Twins. We've got Luis Gil, Taj Bradley. Yankees minus 160, road favorites, 9 the total. Gil is capable of pitching well. I don't know about Bradley. Gil has pitched pretty solid for the Yankees. Bradley, not so sure about him with the 4.91 ERA. That being said, his last start was a little bit better against the Angels. Still, he hasn't been good for the last, most of the season, but of late. Gil has been good. But Gil doesn't give you innings. Gil's going to go 5 innings, maybe 6 if you're lucky. And these 2 bullpens are awful. I mean, there's no other way around it. The Yankees bullpen last night, we saw what they did with a 10-1 lead, almost blew the damn thing with that horrible bullpen. And the Twins bullpen's not very good either. Both of these bullpens have a 5 ERA in the last 10. So I'm just hoping both of these lineups can scratch across at least a few runs against the starters, because I'm going to bet over here in this game. I mean, I don't trust either of these bullpens. These lineups are capable. So I'm going to go over the total here with the Yankees and Twins over 9. CMAC, what do you think? Yanks, Twins.
Yeah, one thing, it did almost blow that like you're talking about yesterday. I don't love the Yankees kind of just own the Twins. I know they've had a couple wins, and they won the day before.
Yep. Twinks won the
But
first game. Yeah.
Yeah, all the money here on the Yankees. This line's just dropping. That makes me think the Twins are live. Their team total in this game. I think the money line they're live, and I agree. I think there's runs because I don't know how much we can trust Bradley. And for the most part, the Twins, how bad the bullpens are, they've been able to score some runs. I know they've had a couple unders here, and in that game where they won 7-0. But yep, that's where I'd be here. I think there's runs, and I think you only be on the Twins.
All right, you mentioned it yesterday, and I kind of agreed, but I didn't bet it with the Milwaukee Brewers and maybe looking at their team total over 4.5. I'm not making that mistake tonight. Angels and Brewers minus 230 home favorites. Total here 7.5. Soriano's been bad on the road. I like Soriano, but a lot of his road starts have not been good. You got to figure that could be a struggle for him against a very patient, very good Milwaukee lineup here. Woodruff, we'll see. Woodruff was not pitching the best. He's been a little bit better of late, but I'm just taking him out of the equation, focusing on the Brewers scoring runs. So I like that. Brewers team total over 4.5. It cashed last night. I think it's got a chance to cash tonight as well. C-Mac, what do you think?
It's tough to argue with you. It's just when Soriano, though, like you want to throw him off the cliff, he throws a gem. I'm telling you. That's what I'm a little bit worried about. That was the team total yesterday.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. I was on it with the with the Brewers. It just shows with this, 7.5. Because when I really like something, I'll jump on it. You know what I mean? I kind of wish he was pitching well. Then I think he could get hit a little bit when I look at this game. Because that low total in the first 5 too, you would get a big plus price with the over 2.5. But I stayed off in the end. I'm just this is off for me tonight.
All right, we continue along now. Next up, it is, let me see here, Texas and Houston, Jake DeGrom, Christian Javier. We've got Texas minus 135 road favorites, 7.5 the total here in this game. They're falling out of it, Texas. They lost again last night to Houston. They got to have it game for I think you can pretty much put the nail in the coffin for the Texas Rangers if they don't win tonight. This is a game they absolutely must have. They've got the right guy on the mound, in theory, in Jake DeGrom here to try to salvage a game here against the Houston Astros. The problem is Jake DeGrom of the last month or so hasn't been as sharp or dominant as he was early in the year. Last 2 starts, 6 runs in 12.1 innings, which isn't horrible, but it's not been phenomenal by any stretch of the imagination. DeGrom against Houston this season. He had a great first start against them. It seems like he has a worse start every time out because he shut him out in May. He gave up 2 runs in July. And then just the last time he's faced Houston, DeGrom gave up 3 runs, 5.1 innings, and 2 home runs. So he's progressively gotten worse every time Houston's faced him. It seems like Houston's got more information. They have a better idea of what's coming and a better approach. So I am concerned about that. And Houston is hitting again. This offense is weird where they were in the ice. They were ice cold in that Blue Jays series. And then they all of a sudden have erupted ever since. 11, 6, 3, 6, 6 for the Houston offense here the last 5 games. Meanwhile, Texas against Javier. I don't trust Javier. Javier's not looked great since returning to the Houston rotation. He got lit up by Baltimore. He got hit hard by the Yankees. And he got crushed by the Blue Jays in 3 of his last 4 starts. So Christian Javier has not looked sharp. I actually like this over. I mentioned it last night. Texas-Houston over 7.5. We cashed it in that 6-5 Houston win. These lineups right now are hitting a little bit better. The bullpens haven't been great. And the total is low enough, it goes over. That was my mindset last night with the Rangers and the Astros over 7.5. I'm going to take it tonight. It's always scary with DeGrom, but let me remind you, believe it or not, the over is a perfect 3-0 in Jake DeGrom's last 3 starts. That's right. 3 straight DeGrom starts entering tonight have gone over the total. So I will take a shot once again, like I did last night with these 2 teams over this 7.5, which I feel is a little bit light. C-Mac, what do you think?
I will cheer you on I'll cheer you on for that over. I'm not gonna take it. I was looking under, but I don't know if I could trust these guys enough. And I'd be on the Astros or nothing. Like I just, even with DeGrom on, on the bump, he's on the road. I mean, it is a big game. So yeah, I was looking at Astros here. And Javier, like you talked about, a couple bad starts. He hasn't looked really sharp in those. He gave up 4 in both. So I just didn't know what we get from him. So yeah, I lean under in the stroke.
All right, Miami, Colorado. Ryan Weathers for the Marlins, and it's Brown for the Rockies in this game. We've got Miami minus 160 road favorites, total at 10.5, pretty much across the board here with the total. It's going to be another pretty decent night for hitting conditions there at Coors Field. McCade Brown, man, 9.88 ERA. The numbers are pretty damn wretched for McCade Brown with this Rockies team. And if you flip it around to Ryan Weathers, who actually has a solid 2.73 ERA, 29.2 innings pitched this season for the Miami Marlins, but I don't know if his stuff translates to Coors Field. Kind of a fly ball guy. That's not exactly the right prototype for this ballpark. So I do worry if he's going to struggle just a little bit here in this game, although his numbers, like I said, haven't been that bad. And he did make a spot start for the first time since June, back 6 days ago against Washington, and he had a 5-inning shutout over the Nationals. But this is a totally different environment. I would probably lean here to the over 10.5 a little bit in this game. Miami won the game last night. I think Miami. I don't want anything to do with Colorado with this McCade Brown on the mound, but minus 160 on the road with Miami. I feel you got to go. You got to do what Mark A in our chat is doing. If you like Miami so much, just bet their team total over 5.5 and go with that instead of laying the money line. C-Mac, what do you think here? Marlins, Rockies.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, do you want to lay this price with the Marlins? Just look at their team total. I think this can get over too. Weathers, I don't know what we're going to get from him. I mean, I really don't. And looking at his past in Colorado, he's had some good starts here. Back in 2021, he gave up 5 runs. There's just not a ton. He has a few. So I got to tell you, we've talked about the Rockies enough. So just pass. Over. Marlins team total over.
All right, I like it. I agree with that. All right, our last game of this Wednesday slate, Philadelphia Phillies, LA Dodgers, battle of lefties, Jesus Luzardo, Blake Snell, Dodgers minus 145, home favorites, 7.5 the total in this game. There is no chance after last night I'm laying anything with the LA Dodgers. I mean, you've got the Phillies partying their ass off the night before, clinching the NL East. You have a good start, you get the lead, and then here comes that bullpen again. Later in the game for the LA Dodgers. Just
they suck.
Terrific. They stink. They're absolutely terrible. And it's my bad for not at least maybe going first 5 innings instead. But I thought for sure the Phillies would just have one of those nights where, not throw the game, but you get my drift, but they're not going to be locked in. And sure enough, the Dodgers bullpen was bad. And sure enough, giving up all those runs late. I would lean over here. How do you bet under 7.5 with the Dodgers in that shitty bullpen right now? I mean, it's impossible to do that. And meanwhile, these two pitchers, I don't know if they're going to throw gems tonight. Blake Snell, he was great in his last start against the Rockies. Give him credit, but Colorado has really struggled hitting on the road. He got lit up by the Pirates before that. He labored against the Diamondbacks before that. So he hasn't been as sharp here the last few starts, aside from that last start against the Rockies, which doesn't say much. And I don't think Luzardo's been anything to write home about. Luzardo's given up 6 runs, 10 hits in his last 14 innings. And walks have become more of a problem for him. So, yeah, this is 7.5, a lean to the over for me. From a side perspective, this Phillies are nothing. I am not taking the Dodgers at minus 145. If the Phillies could win last night after partying and after having their clubhouse celebration for winning the NL East the night before, and they could still beat the Dodgers last night, what's to stop them from beating the Dodgers again here tonight? To me, the value is with the Phillies. Either take the Phillies or you pass at this price. C-Mac, what do you think? Phillies, Dodgers?
Yeah, you got to take the Phillies or nothing here. It's just what do you get from Luzardo? Because when he's on, he's fucking excellent. But when he gets hit, man, he gets ripped. And he had that last start he had was pretty good. He gave up 4 runs, but he did go 8 innings, no walks, 10 Ks. against the Mets. And Snell, he had the good outing last outing against the Rockies. Yeah. It's just the Phillies. I kind of agree. I can't take the under 2. Dodgers have real issues in the bullpen. They really have all year. So I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. I mean, they were a little better there for about a month and a half. But yeah, Phillies.
Yeah, just thanks, Robleski. Terrible last night. He's the one that started the nonsense last night with the.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, and then try, like, you don't, God damn it. You do not, again, it's just something, play baseball, like, I always just love to do it in big situations. 0-2 pitch. Just don't throw a fucking cock shot right down there and to a 190 hitter.
Yeah.
3-run ball.
Yeah.
You just.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
I think gets me worked up. Yeah.
All right, I'm on the Giants, and I'm on the Diamondbacks here. They've got the bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth. Hopefully they can pull this out here, as we've been riding Arizona in this series against San Francisco. Hopefully they can pull this out here, and hopefully we can get this over in the Braves and Nats. It was looking like that over might have been dead, but it's 4-3 Braves now, so we got over in that game. Hopefully we can get there with it. There, good stuff. All right. As far as this is concerned, shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button. We appreciate it very much. Again, Zoe, Timmy Tushu, Mark A, GNL Photo. We appreciate all of you joining us here. Art P. Who else have we got here? Joey Moses, Redbeard, Terry Ray Vegas. We thank everyone for joining. Joey, Nick Alvento. Rich H, Don't Wake Daddy, Brian Elfring, Timothy Hake. Thank you to everyone for joining us once again on another edition of the MLB Hitting the Book Show. Leonard Morales as well at the end popping in. Thank you to everyone for joining us. We got Friday's show. We got college football hitting the books every Monday. So all that, we're going to be opening up the membership soon. The countdown to 1,000 subscribers is on. We're very much looking forward to that. Like I said, having, the thousands, hitting that milestone of 1K subscribers to the Hitting the Books YouTube channel, introducing some extra features to everyone as well. So we're excited about that. But yeah, C-Mac, excited to see what's going on right now as far as the upcoming, like I said, cycle of sports. We've got MLB postseason, college and NFL football, NHL and NBA around the corner. So lots going on.
Yeah. It's busy time pretty soon. But yeah, baseball playoffs is great. Other than my horrific month there, baseball's been pretty good. Baseball's been good. I'd say the last 3 weeks or months. So back maybe to some normalcy. I guess when you just win like crazy, like I had that first half, maybe I was just due to get fucking my ass drilled. But yeah, Joe, check out the show, Hitting the Books. We appreciate everyone in there. Thanks for the comments, all that stuff. I will check on them too. If you have questions on a few games, always put them in there, and we'll hit it up. But shout out to all you guys. Appreciate all the support as always.
No doubt. No home run props tonight for me. I decided to take a pass. It's a shorter card. Nothing really stood out. Did you bet any home run props, C-Mac?
I have not yet, but I was looking at Bobby Witt for the Royals. And I kind of think a couple Dodgers. Luzardo could give up the long ball. Hernandez is just 3 for 5. Him or Freddie Freeman, I think you could look at. That's what I was looking at today. They're some pretty good prices too.
All right, there we go. Good stuff indeed. All right, shout out to everyone. Hit the like button. We appreciate it very much. All right, it is time for best bets here to wrap up this edition of the MLB Hitting the Book Show. C-Mac, we'll start with you. What do you like here for best bet?
All right, let's get to it. Let's win again here. This is an ugly team. I'm going to give it here. Royals, first 5. Team total over 2.5. They get to Miller. They rate Miller here. Plus 125. Over 2.5 Royals. Best bet.
All right, Kansas City, team total over 2.5 in the first 5 innings for C-Mac with his best bet. My best bet for the remainder of the night, let's see what we'll go with. There's a couple of choices I like. Let's go with Cleveland, man. I mentioned that right off the top. It honestly is one of my favorite sides. I mean, they're playing for their playoff lives. Gavin Williams has been in good form, and he's got a good track record against Detroit as well. Meanwhile, Jack Flaherty's been a little bit more up and down, a little bit more hittable. His last 2 starts in Detroit haven't been great. So live dog once again, I think, with the Cleveland Guardians there, plus 120 against the Detroit Tigers. I'll go with that for my best bet for this Wednesday MLB card. That's a wrap. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button on the way out. We appreciate it very much. For Connor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Wednesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we will be back with you on Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, for another edition of the MLB Hitting the Books show. Until then, class dismissed.